Janet Lomax
Hi,
from
Janet
Rochester.
Lomax.
Hi. You know, we have had such a wonderful time in the last hour and a half. We've done an awful lot of dancing.
Yeah.
Seems to be your signature.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that?
I didn't come up with it. I don't know what happened. I really, you know, I look back at, you know, when I did my last sitcom, every day that the show was taping, when I came out to meet the audience, there was always music, and I came out and I danced to say hi to the audience, just because I like music and I like to dance. And then when we started the show, I just kind of danced over to the monologue mark as a joke, and because it was music,
Yes.
and then I didn't do it a couple of days, then I did it again, and then at some point, everybody expected me to do it, and then at some point, when I did it, everyone in the audience stood up, like they all decided at once that they were going to dance with me, and now I'm stuck.
Well, we are just having
Yeah.
really, we've had such a wonderful time, I think. You know, who taught you how to dance?
Oh, I would dance a lot better if someone taught me how to dance.
No, you're great.
No, I've never, no, I mean, it's really a joke. I'm envious of people who can dance, so it's just a...
Oh, you can dance.
Yeah, no, well, anyway, thanks.
You've got it.
Yeah.
You know, you got your start in your hometown, New Orleans, as an MC at Comedy Club.
Yeah.
When you look back over the years now, do you ever have to pinch yourself and say, gee, this is really happening in my life?
I try to do it every day. I never want to ever take this for granted. You know, I look at my life, and I was just saying that this morning, as a matter of fact, when I was driving, and I was so aggravated, and I'll probably talk about it in a monologue at some point, but I was so aggravated, I wasn't getting cell reception, you know, and I just was so mad, and I just thought, you know, you're an idiot. You know, like, I'm mad because I can't get cell reception. I'm on my way to do this show, and I'm, you know, I mean, I have an amazing life, and you know, I started out, and, you know, I worked really hard to get here. I didn't know anybody, I didn't have any money, I didn't have a car. I lived on a can of soup a day for a while and sleeping on a floor. And
did you really?
Yeah, I mean, I really struggled. So you know, to have the life I have now, I feel like, you know, I'm thrilled.
Kind of keeps you centered?
Yeah, you know, I think it's, you know, these people that all of a sudden get instant success. Not that they don't have talent, but, you know, like, I love American Idol, and I love all these shows, and I know that people have sort of struggled, but there's something to be said for building character. You know, I mean, for 15 years did stand up, and, you know, sometimes was, you know, heckled so badly, and I'm, you know, by myself in a hotel in some foreign city, and, you know, I really had a hard time for a long time. And there's something to be said for struggling and appreciating every step of the way, so that you know, you get to a certain place and you really, really work for it.
Well, you do a wonderful job. I mean, everybody enjoys this show. It's just fabulous.
Thanks.
What is it, you know, you do make it seem effortless, but we both know that an awful lot of work goes into this. Take us backstage. What actually happens?
Oh, it's ugly.
Is it really?
You do not want to see it. You know, I have an amazing group of people I work with. I get to work, and these people have been here long before I got here, and they're here long after I leave. And, you know, if I didn't have the writers that I have, the crew that I have, you know, it takes a lot of people to put a show like this together. So, you know, I get here in the morning, and I work with the producers, and I work with the writers, and we come up with what I'm going to talk about, and we come up with ways to make it special, and you know, everyone suggests things. It's not just the writers, it's not just the executive producers or myself. We really ask everybody to suggest things.
I'm curious. Do you have a green room
Where
your guests go?
Yes, we do.
What does it look like, and what do they do in there?
Well, they actually are in their dressing rooms. Some people go into the green room when we have a lot of people and they have guests, but the dressing rooms are, they're nice. They're really nice. Because you know, I've done enough of these shows that, you know, it's all pretty when they come out here, but when you're backstage waiting to go on, it is horrible.
What makes it nice?
I don't know. I mean, it's just nice. It's cushy. The furniture's nice. I wanted people to feel good from the moment they got here. So the dressing rooms are nice.
And you do that with your audience. I mean, you have outside, they're in line for an hour and a half, but there are snacks that they can eat.
Yeah.
You put the show up so they can watch the show.
Yeah, I wanted it to be, I want people to be comfortable. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have a lot more for them to do out there. Because some people, yesterday, somebody said they got here at 4:30 in the morning. Wow. And a lot of people fly in or drive in, and they're here waiting so early in the morning. And, you know, I really appreciate it. So
Southern
I want them to.
hospitality.
Well, yeah, I want them to be, first of all, they have to be happy when they come in here. you know, and I want them to enjoy themselves. A lot of people have waited for a year or so to get tickets. They come here, and I want them to have a great experience from the moment they get here till when they leave. So
they're having a good time, trust me.
good.
Yeah. You're going to be in New York City. You've got some big name guests coming, Denzel and Janet Jackson and Sting.
And Sting, and yeah.
And do you ever get
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, oh yeah, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Do you ever get starstruck?
No, and maybe the first year, you know, a couple of times I did. Like the first time Angelina Jolie came on, or Charlize Theron, or like people that, you know, I just seen Monster and she's sitting there, and, you know, or I did. But now I don't. It's more of, I really look forward to, because when you're nervous, you can't really appreciate everything. You're kicking yourself later, like I should have done this, or I should have. So I try to really just stay in the moment and have a conversation with them, so that it's, you know, you're always at your best when you're relaxed. So, yeah, not anymore.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Janet.
you.
Nice meeting
Very
you.
much.
All right.